I'm Dr. Justin Baker, one part of the whole team here at Trinity Sports Medicine Performance Center. We're very excited to offer you specialized and unique options for both your orthopedic injuries and wellness treatment.
If you're hurt, go see Dr. Baker at Trinity Sports Medicine.
When you're injured, you need a team of professionals who can get you back to your game. At Trinity Sports Medicine and Performance Center, Dr. Scarpone, Snell, and Orlowski are committed to treating you effectively so you can return quickly and safely back to the activities you enjoy. Trinity Sports Medicine.
Welcome, Star Sportscast, Week 8, high school football season. Mike Mathison, Matthew Peaslee. Are your Mountaineers going to win another game?
No.
No.
And not till basketball season.
Okay. Congratulations.
They'll be good at basketball.
Who's the new coach going to be? Jim Trussell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweater vest. Blue and gold sweater vest.
Spurrier.
Well, speaking of that, Holgerson talked about that at the press conference, and somebody just asked him. He says, well, he kind of laughed. He said, well, he's a character. We'll still see him around.
Yeah.
I'm sure Spurrier's could end up somewhere else.
So Spurrier is 6-0 instead of 2-4. Does he quit?
No way.
No, not a chance.
But he said he's not the right man for the job because they're 2-4. So it's out of here now.
Whatever.
He'll end up somewhere else.
It's like a tour player that shoots 77 WDs. They don't WD after shooting 64. It's always 77, 78, whatever. Okay. Week 8 high school football season. We have 2 homecoming games. We'll start with the first one over at Weir High School where the Edison Wildcats, who've been playing well, just can't get it done, go against the Weir High Red Riders coming off a brutal loss down at Magnolia, 29-28. Magnolia scored about 30-ish seconds to go in the game, went for 2, scored it, win 20, had to come back from 28-21 down. And you'll be there to take pictures and then take pictures of whomever the homecoming queen shall be. Yeah. So
last time I was at Jimmy Carey Stadium for homecoming, it was the Madonna game.
Yeah.
And it was cold and rainy.
Yeah.
And I was the most important person there in my shorts and T-shirt. Those girls in their dresses and everything, they took it a lot better than I did. So.
Took it a lot better than you?
So
were you cowering in the corner?
Yeah, just like at Harrison Central last week, too. It was a nice night, and then, boom, right at halftime starts to sprinkle, and then it rained a little bit harder, and I was cackling in the corner again. And
cackling in the corner?
Like a warming my hands up by the fire.
Oh, that kind of cackling.
That kind of cackling,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
not me. But
I got you.
It should be a nice night for football on Friday. But Weir will be coming home, and they want this game because they had it in their grasp last week. But they would like to come home and win this to get their playoff picture, at least try to get back in the – they may not be hosting a home game now, but they still need to win the next couple to ensure – a playoff spot now.
I think 7-3 gets them in, but who knows where they're going to go if that happens. They get Edison this week, Brooke next week, and Liverpool the following week. And, Coach Roberto coming off a tough loss, the last thing he needs his kids to do is look forward to Brooke next week and use Edison as a trap game, as they say.
Yeah. Edison played well against Harrison Central. Joey Nave passed well, spreads it out to a couple different receivers, and Seth Cade and Dakota Clifton run the ball pretty well, but only put 6 points up on the board. They had chances to score more, but turnovers early did them in. Kind of like that's what happened to West Virginia against Oklahoma State. The early turnovers, and you just can't win when you turn the ball over, and those turnovers lead into points for the other team, which just kills you. So if they can clean that up, they can make it a game with Weir.
So who we got? We'll talk about the other homecoming game in a minute. We have Glen going to Harrison, where you were last week. Travis Stinson in civilian clothes, not suited because of being dinged up at the St. Clairsville game. Yet you saw a really good freshman running back.
Tyler West made a name for himself right away. Opening kickoff, Edison kicks off, little squib up the middle, but he fields it cleanly at about the 26-yard line, breaks 2 tackles, and he's off to the races.
Bye-bye.
6-0, extra point makes it 7-0, and he got about 14 handoffs, 77 yards, pretty good for a true freshman. I guess you can't redshirt.
True freshman,
you can't redshirt in high school. But just a 14, 15-year-old kid who can perform like that on a big stage is something special, and he looks the part of a varsity running back, and we'll definitely see a lot from him next year. Stenson last week, Kropka said he was about 75%.
Okay,
might have been able to go, but they didn't want to
chance
it with the way the playoff picture is looking for Harrison. I mean, if the season ended today, they're
hosting a game.
They're hosting a game, so they don't want to jeopardize the future there. But Stenson should be back this week. But if anything, if he does happen to go down again, or they need somebody else to step in, Tyler West right away. I was really impressed by what I saw with him.
And they're bringing in Oak Glen. Oak Glen's coming off a 28-7 loss at Liverpool last week in the Northern Battle of the Bridge. Only score was a 80-yard Chase Crago punt return, so the offense didn't do anything. You watched the Harrison defense last week. It's hard to get stuff by them.
Yeah, they're the ones that force the turnovers against Edison too. They get a hand on the ball. They're rough. You can't make any mistakes with them on offense because they'll get you. And I mean, they didn't sack Nave very often, but whenever they didn't give up their biggest play that Edison might have got was maybe 12 yards.
Okay.
So they're not going to give up the big play, and they're going to shut you down right away.
Gotcha. At Kettlewell, Indian Creek's on a 3-game losing streak, losing to St. C, Brooke, and Ferry. They are banged up to no end like a lot of high school teams are this time of year. They host Beaver Local. The last 2 weeks, Creek's defense has allowed 200-plus yards to Justin Lawfrey and 200-plus yards to Andrew Hython. And in comes Robbie Johnston, who is Beaver Local's main threat. He ran for 2+ against Edison, ran for 197 last week against Buckeye. And Creek's going to have to make sure they know where he is at all times.
I'm sure Beaver remembers the game from last year, too. Real close, up there.
Right.
And this is turning out to be a pretty decent season for Beaver. They started off a little slow, but doing well within the Buckeye 8. They want to come down here, win that game, and maybe eventually be at the tops of the conference.
Because aren't they 3-0 in the Buckeye 8?
Yeah, they beat Liverpool, Buckeye, and Edison last.
There you go.
Edison. So
Spit it out.
It's going to be a close game, I'm sure, because it was a close game up there last year.
Creek's biggest problem is that the last 3 weeks they fumbled the ball 11 times, lost 5 through 5 picks. So 10 turnovers in 3 weeks is never a good recipe. In addition to some 145 yards in penalties last 2 weeks doesn't help you do anything. Chris Major's taking pretty much all the snaps at quarterback. Jabari Taylor's dinged up. Greg Wade's dinged up. I think they're missing 4 of their 5 starting offensive linemen. And let's face it, we all know people got to deal with injuries, and we also know that the opposing team has no sympathy for you.
And you hate to have that so late in the season.
You hate it. Just hate it, But Coach Connor, I talked to him the other night. Coach Connor knows, man, Beaver Local's going to come in looking for a W, and we got to make sure that we get back to what we were doing correctly the first 3-4 weeks of the season.
I believe they call it a knockdown, drag-out football game.
Wow, very nice. Very nice on
your
end.
Mike Mathison words.
Okay. Let's see. Steubenville Catholic Central coming off back-to-back wins, beating Bel Air 40-14 and beating Barnesville 13-12, despite 5 turnovers. The first 4 times they touched the ball, they turned the ball over. Was down 12-0, came back, get a 13-12 win, shut Barnesville down in the second half, and they go to Bishop Donahue. They lost Bishop Donahue, coming off a loss to Clay Patel. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Central has a chance to run the table. If they run the table, they have a chance to make the playoffs. And this is game 3 of a 4-game road streak, 4 straight games on the road. I like what Central's doing, man.
If they want to run the table, they're going to have to throw the football.
Oh, look at that! You actually woke McElwain up with that one.
That's what's got him this far. Tony Barber has been excellent at quarterback.
He's close to 2,000 yards.
Yeah, 200. It seems like every week he's throwing for more than 200 yards. He was 14-25 last week in the comeback wins. So they're being very efficient, and he's got good receivers to throw to. So if that offense continues to click, I like their chances.
And the defense manned up big time last week. Gave Barnesville 12 points, and but Barnesville scored 12, and then shut them down the rest of the game. Yeah. The last 3 quarters. Congratulations to the mighty Crusaders. Let's see, Canaan Valley. Winless Canaan Valley goes to a 6-1 Toronto team. We pretty much know where that's going to go. Toronto needs to keep winning, look to finish 9-1, and they have the chance to host a playoff game if they finish 9-1. There's no guarantee right now, but you got to keep winning.
It'll be another fun game to watch with Toronto when they're able to shut teams down. They've had 3 shutouts this year, back-to-back, the past 2 weeks here. And their offense is obviously fun to watch, too, when they're able to do this. And it's not just Blaine Ross, and it's not just Blaze Glen. You got Ty West and Max Tice and Drew Lowry. And Danny Zadinek. They spread the ball out, and they all scored. Last week, all their touchdowns were long running touchdowns, 40 yards, 50 yards, 60-yard touchdown runs. And probably going to see that this week, too.
East Liverpool goes to Buckeye. East Liverpool, nice win, home win last week against Oakland. Buckeye still winless, 28-7 over Buckeye. Liverpool, and who knows, man? Buckeye's lone win last year was at Liverpool.
Yeah.
So, but Liverpool's, they beat Edison week 1, beat Oakland last week, and who knows?
Yeah,
I know Buckeye's still dinged up, and that doesn't help them.
They've been hurt all year. Consistent play out of their quarterback. Jared Moore gets about 100 yards each game.
Right.
So they do move the ball, but I'm sure it's the penalties and the little mistakes and the shooting themselves in the foot. That happens to every team, but you just can't do that if you want to win a game.
All right, we got the other homecoming game of the night, Parkersburg South at Brooke High School. The Brooke Bruins coming off a 60-6 loss at home to Steubenville Big Red. Brooke is 4-3. If they run the table and finish 7-3, I say they get a home playoff game. That's just me, without going into the Common Core math of what it is. I think Brooke can run the table. Parkersburg South coming off a nice win at home against JM. I think Brooke just has to put the tape of the Steubenville Big Red game pretty much in the trash and go forward.
Parkersburg South's got a pretty talented offense. They put up almost 500 yards against JM last week. JT Kemp is the player to watch for him. He had 3 touchdowns, about 200 yards rushing, so he does a lot with the ball in the backfield. So if they could slow him down, shut him down, they got a good chance with the way their offense runs. And so Kemp is their main guy to watch on offense, and then, like I said, if they could shut him down, I like their chances.
I like to see Brooke win 3 straight. I mean, just because making the playoffs, it'd be much nicer to watch them at home than who knows where they would go.
They get to explore the Mountain State a little bit.
Yes, I've been pretty much all over. Saturday night, Clarksburg Notre Dame goes to Madonna. Madonna's off its bye week. They beat St. John Central. At the time, 5-1 St. John Central, 16-7 a week and a half ago. 2 weeks ago, ran the ball 65 times out of 66 offensive plays. Just a guess on my end, they're going to do it again.
It worked.
Just dare Clarksburg Notre Dame to stop them.
Yeah, and it worked. And I think if hopefully they use that bye week to strengthen that run game a little bit, and if they can do what they did against St. John, they'll probably like their chances against Notre Dame,
I do.
too.
I think, like I said, I'm on the sidelines a lot, and I've heard Coach Taylor say a lot of right things to the kids, and just keep telling them. He said it before. If we just get a couple wins under our belt, the kids' confidence will grow, and obviously that happened.
Dylan Shaw's a strong runner, and they had a freshman too that got some snaps, and
then they brought Tristan McCoy over from the offensive line, is now a running back, and he's picked up a couple hundred yards the last couple of weeks, and
so they got the playmakers to make some plays.
It's gonna be fun. And in a rare occurrence, like it's never happened in Reno's head coaching career, Steubenville Big Red's on a bye. With an oops in the schedule by one of the Pittsburgh teams, Big Red has the week off. Now, my guess, I'm pretty good on this educated guess. Johnstown Monroe, who's number 1 in the section, who won in the region, is going to Newark-Licking Valley, who's number 6 in the region right now. So I'm guessing there might be a couple Big Red coaches there scouting.
Yeah,
you think?
Probably.
Possibly.
Speaking of Pittsburgh schools, they could have scheduled the Pitt Panthers.
Yeah.
And Big Red playing at Heinz Field, they would have had more Big Red fans there than Pitt Panther fans. I think Pitt's on their bye week, so they could have.
Well, I think okay.
But yeah, there'd be a lot of red at Heinz Field.
A lot of red at Heinz Field. Look, look. No one wants to bye a week. At the same time, you give your kids a chance to rest, give your chance to kids that are nicked up. Jalen McGee apparently has been cleared to play. He's one of the best defensive players. Hasn't played a down yet because he got injured during the scrimmages. And now he's back, and he's really good. And Big Red's defense is nasty as it is. And
well, they finished with the New York team and St. Clairsville.
St. Clairsville. New York team next week, Tonawanda, Cardinal O'Hara, and then Steubenville. And then they go to St. C Thursday night the 29th, 7 o'clock start.
All eyes will be on that.
All eyes will be at St. C on a Thursday night game, the only game in town. There's going to be a whole bunches of people there.
Yep. A lot of red there, too, because
I get it. Yeah. Wow. You're so smart.
Yeah. It's like that was the headline last week, Red with Envy, when Big Red beat Ursuline.
I gotcha. Yeah, because how's your Ursuline team doing?
Not so good. We got Boardman playing Boardman this week, and Boardman had a nice win against Warren Harding last week.
Nice. So, and how was that Ursuline-Massillon game?
Not so good.
Yeah, not so good.
Boom. Blasted.
Got lit up.
One of the traditions at Ursuline, we would slap a shamrock, and that's what Massillon did to Ursuline. They slapped the shamrock out of Ursuline.
Hey, what are we talking about next week? Baseball. Oh yeah, your Pirates aren't in it.
Yeah, it stinks. It really stinks to see this Cardinals-Cubs thing.
You
going
hate it,
on.
don't you? It's killing you.
I didn't. I haven't watched any baseball until the Royals-Astros come.
How about
back.
that last night?
That was fun, but nothing else. Everything else stinks.
Yeah.
Baseball stinks. Terrible. It all stinks. Whoever wins this Cardinals-Cubs series,
Yeah. Are they going to win the World Series?
I hope. I think. I don't know. See, I go back and forth. I don't know who I want to win this Cubs-Cardinals game. I don't know, because it'd be kind of cool like last year with the Giants beating the Pirates and then going on to win it all. Like, okay, nothing we could do there. And the way the Cubs are playing, they're pretty hot.
Playing really good right now.
And I wouldn't mind seeing that happen. So I
would like to see the Cubs win the World Series so I can quit listening to the curse of this and the curse of that and the curse of the Billy Goat and the curse of Bartman and the curse of please win so we can quit listening to the curse of whatever.
We heard, that it ended pretty quickly when the Red Sox won their World Series.
Yeah, because they won 3 and 6 years or whatever it was.
Even though I would hate for that to happen to the Cubs again. This is their one for the next
120 years until some other the curse of the Peaslee.
Right here, Cubs. Bring it.
There you go.
But it's kind of the Back to the Future reference is kind of cool.
It is pretty cool. I will completely agree with that. Does McElwain know what that is?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay, that's pretty impressive, really.
She says, "Oh, since we're married now, we got to watch all these movies." I said, "No, you got to watch my movies too." But I've only seen like 7 movies in my lifetime.
And they are what?
Jingle All the Way, Home Alone 1 and 2.
Okay.
Back to the Future 1 and 2.
Okay.
Not 3. I don't like
that's
3.
5.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
6. Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
7. That's it. Pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it.
So what movies does the wife want you to see?
Wizard of Oz. I've never seen Wizard of Oz.
You've never seen Wizard of Oz?
No, I've never seen Wizard of Oz.
God, you suck. Seriously.
That's what she says, and she wants me to watch it. There's that and some chick flicks. And
what kind of chick flicks?
10 Things I Hate About You, I think, is one of them, and something. This other chick flick called The Goonies.
The Goonies.
I've never seen
Goonies. The chick flick called The Goonies. I'm pretty sure that's not on the chick flick list.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Did you stop the tape?
Yes.
Yes, he did. I gotta go.
We didn't give a proper sign off.
Get my football extra.
Wait,
I said see ya. See ya. Wouldn't want to be Here, that is now yours for Friday night.
I have to write my stories for you.
What?